among the stakeholders as well as the customers has to be built. And today we continue in another direction. We'll be having conversations that are giving us more insights. We'll have a panel discussion, and we'll also have a moment with Rita Mutesi. She will be taking us into a human-centered insurance approach and why diverse leadership matters. So as you can see, we have really quite a number of things to discuss. But before we go further, do we have a representative already from Kenya RE? Yes. Pardon? A Kenya RE. Yes, sorry. Do we have a representative from Kenya RE? All right. Okay, to give them time to settle in, I think we could quickly jump to Continental RE to join us. This is your spotlight, and where you get to share with us. If you have a video, it plays. If you have a couple of topics or something you want to mention, this will be it. I would love to emphasize on the time management aspect. Today we have a serious game, and we need to give the brokers and insurers as well as reassurers to have time to prepare. Also, a quick reminder, blood donation is still ongoing. So in the meantime, you can take a lot of water for some of us who have to dilute a few things, so that by the time we give blood, it is blood. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. I think we can begin, and I would love to welcome anyone from Continental RE to join us. Okay. I think Kenya RE is here. Good morning. How are you? Good. This is your moment, Kenya RE. I would love to hear what you have for us. If you have a video, then it should be playing. But if you have a presentation also, this is your moment. Right after that, we'll be diving into a conversation with Rita Mutesi, taking us through the human-centered insurance conversation topic that she's prepared. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome representative from Kenya RE to take stage. Thank you.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. We had sent a presentation. I don't know whether it has been received. So if you have it, maybe you can project. So as they do that, we are pleased to be here with you at RIBA. My name is Sally Waigumo. I'm the Manager Marketing and Business Development. So we are one of the sponsors, and we are really pleased to sponsor a RIBA conference this year. And I don't know whether the presentation is showing. Did you get it? Okay, so I'll just go through what about us. Kenya RE is one of the oldest reinsurers in Kenya. It was established in 1970, and we serve over 900 companies in 84 countries in Africa, Middle East, and Asia. We are 60% owned by government, and we are a government-owned entity, but we have a footprint in Africa. And we are pleased to let you know that we'll be bringing our footprint here in Rwanda. Our vision is we want to be a leading partner in securing the future here. We also have a mission of providing sustainable risk and financial solutions. Our core values include teamwork, agility, professionalism, probity, and service excellence. We have products in life, we have products in non-life and Retakafu business. And we have our subsidiaries in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. We also, where we set up in the year 2010. We also set up in Lusaka, Zambia in 2016, and Uganda in 2020. And we are hoping to be in Rwanda in 2026. Yeah, so we intend to grow our shareholder value. We also want to improve on our customer centricity by being closer to our customers. We also want to improve our business using analytics, grow our market share, and just collaborate with other reinsurers in the region as we strengthen and enhance our enterprise risk management and internal controls. We have sustainability initiatives where we do tree planting, and we have planted over 500,000 tree seedlings across various regions. We also have a Kenyari Academy where we conduct trainings for the market and for our customers. And we have various themes that we look at throughout the year. So we are happy to be here, we are happy to collaborate with you, and we are happy to be making our footprint here in Kigali, Rwanda. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you for the conversation. We had a technical issue with the presentation, and maybe later on when we get a spot, we could quickly go through it. But I would love to take this moment to also give a token of appreciation, and I would love, Dr. Ben, if you could help us to thank Kenyari for being part of this amazing conference. Thank you. Let me have the protocol team join us. Kenyari is our gold sponsor, and they've been with us throughout this journey. Yes, it just landed. It was going through customs. Beautiful, thank you very much. Here we are. Thank you very much. It's a bit heavy, so we can easily package it for you, and you'll find it home. And now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome a representative from Continental Re to also take us through their moment so we can continue. We have a video, I believe. Should we play it first? All right, let's play the video, and then we'll be having a representative join us.
But as always, with opportunity comes risk. Across the continent, insurers are at the front line protecting progress through mitigating risk. And behind them stands the reinsurance industry, providing the strength and stability that allows communities to thrive and prosperity to take root. At Continental Re, our purpose is clear: to craft and deliver sustainable solutions for bridging Africa's protection gap and building the resilience of its economies. Guided by this purpose, we are resolute in our commitment to build the premier Pan-African reinsurer. Today, more than 900 insurance sector partners strength of our balance sheet is reflected in our secure and stable financial security rating, recently reaffirmed by AM Best. We are also strengthening our capital base to enhance our financial resilience through raising fresh capital from our new holding company based in Botswana, a country that provides us with a stable environment that we require as a Pan-African company with global ambitions. Across every market we serve, our work is guided by the core values that define us: integrity, passion, collaboration, responsiveness, and excellence. Values that are embodied in the African spirit and resonate across all the markets that we serve. But we never stand still. Our industry continues to face new challenges and opportunities today and tomorrow. We're experiencing rapid and profound technological change and a transforming risk landscape that is persistently interrogating our business model. That's why we bring industry leaders together at our annual CEOs Summit, a forum for promoting industry debate and collaboration, for the formulation of ideas and fresh thinking, and the sharing of new insights of where we may be headed.
You know that no one is going to invest in an industry which is not giving good returns.
To secure our sector's future, we are developing the next generation of talent through the CV Academy. And we continue to support financial journalism across the continent through the prestigious Pan-African Reinsurance and Insurance Journalism Awards.
Having that recognition for me is really important.
Recently, we launched the CV Awards that recognize the achievements of established as well as emerging champions in insurance innovation. As we embark on the fifth decade of our journey of growth, we are facing the future with renewed energy, confidence, and ambition. And our team will continue to provide the very best services, working to secure the stability of our insurance clients and partners across the continent, helping to guarantee its economic resilience.
All right, thank you very much. That is it from Continental Re, and you've done quite a number of interventions, and that's amazing work that you're doing. Could I have a representative join us so we can give you a token of appreciation? Mr. Jean-Pierre, if I can use your strength on lifting it, I've been told I'm given permission you could help us on that. Thank you very much. Could we have someone please bring it so we can present it to Continental Re? Beautiful. Thank you very much. It is now time to hear from the chairperson of Insurance Brokers Association of Uganda and the executive director of Willis Towers Watson. Rita Mutesi Kabaiza is here to take us through a human-centered insurance and why diverse leadership matters. It's a presentation that we are going to be following, so please, if you have some questions, note them down. We'll get some time to answer them. The floor is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Arthur. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Could I get some energy in the room? It's an honor to be in RUBAVU. I would like to start by thanking RIBA for the kind invitation and the hospitality. I know that some of my colleagues from Uganda are reconsidering whether they should go back home. But members of RIBA, we are going back home. And on that note, I would also want to say thank you to RIBA. When we had our conference in April in the beautiful city of Mbara, the land of honey and milk, we had a very big delegation from Rwanda, and the Ugandans have revenged. I would therefore take this opportunity to ask every Ugandan to please stand up. I hope they are awake. So anybody that came from Uganda, yes. This is how much we have revenged. And in the true Ugandan spirit, you do us well, we do you well. I also want to say thank you to MUA. Can I ask MUA to stand up? I know that MUA Uganda made this possible, that you could have very many members of IBAU to be here. So thank you so much for this partnership. This is what we believe in at IBAU. Together, we are stronger. On a more selfish note, allow me to recognize our secretariat. We have our CEO in the room. We have our head of PR, Chris Bakesiga, and I don't know where Shifra is. Please stand up. These are the people that are running IBAU. And I have already had comments from many of you that we are killing it on social media. So that's the lady. And I want to say thank you so much to the Secretariat for coordinating all of us to be here. On another selfish note, I would like to recognize two of my colleagues that I work with at Willis Towers Watson, Joseph and Josephine. I'm sure the lady that you saw dancing yesterday, she's not even, is she awake? I hope she's awake. Yes, those are my two colleagues, and the reason why I'm recognizing them is because most of the things I'm going to talk about today are lived experiences, and these are things that I'm doing with them on a daily. So I am not going to tell lies because this is my story. These are lived experiences. That is why it's important for you to know them. So I'll get right into my presentation. Do I wait for it to get up? But as it gets up, I'd like to start with a story. A story is told of a painter, a very good painter, who had won several accolades. And so on this particular day, he decided that he needed to get feedback about his paintings. So he took his painting to a public square, and he put a note on the painting saying, if you find anything wrong with this painting, please put a cross. And so he went away. When he came back in the evening, his painting was full of crosses. He was so downcast because he thought he was an amazing painter. In fact, he had won several accolades as a good painter. But it turns out he wasn't a good painter after all. So he went to a friend of his and said, you know what? I thought I was such a good painter. But guess what? When I put my painting in the public square, people crossed it out, meaning that I'm not a good painter. And so his friend told him, let's do it differently. Get the same painting, take it to the public square, and this time put a note and say, if you get anything, if you find anything wrong with this painting, next to it are paint brushes and paint. Please repaint it. And so he did that the next morning, and when he came back in the evening, the painting was as clean as he had put it. The moral of the story is, many of us are very good at identifying what is wrong. We can criticize what is wrong with our governments, what is wrong with our industries, what is wrong with our spouses, why did I even get married to this man, what is wrong with my children? But very few of us are unwilling to pick up the paintbrushes and make a difference. My aspiration this morning is that I pick up the paintbrush. As I make my presentation this morning, I am picking up the paintbrush and I am beginning to repaint what I believe should be done differently in our industry. And my challenge to each one of you, let's not be those people that criticize. Pick up the paintbrush. And RIBA has given us an opportunity as an industry to pick up the paintbrushes. So, what is leadership? One of my favorite authors, who is John Maxwell, says leadership is influence, nothing but influence. Leadership is not a title. Leadership is not a position. So any boss in this room who thinks you're a leader because you're called CEO, I'm here to break your heart. You're not a leader because of a title. Leadership is influence. And how do we influence? We influence when we add value. Value to the spaces we are in, value to the people that we lead. Leadership is when you can look on the right and on the left at the people next to you, and you take care of them, and you choose to make them better, and you choose to add value to them. That is leadership. A title gives you power. It doesn't make you a leader. Leadership is when people can follow you even when they don't have to. Power is when people follow you because they have to. So as I begin my conversation today, to the leaders in this room, to the CEOs in this room, to the general managers in this room, are you a leader or you're a boss? Can the people around you say that you've actually influenced them? Do the people follow you because they believe in you? I'm sorry to say that, but the truth of the matter is that we have a leadership crisis in Africa. We have a leadership crisis, and I'm so proud of Rwanda. You have made great progress. And we all know that good leadership can bring change. So, my topic today was wide, but I decided to focus on leadership because we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about the fact that we have gaps. So what is inclusive leadership? I liked this quote. Inclusive leadership is like good cooking. Anybody in the room cooks? Especially the men? Be honest. I know Rwandan men now go bateka, but anyway, yeah, the world today, people should cook. Inclusive leadership is like good cooking. You need a chef, who is the inclusive leader. One who knows how to choose good ingredients, which is diversity, and how to combine them using a good recipe, and that's inclusion. So for a good leader, for an inclusive leader, you must be a good chef. You must know how to choose the good ingredients. That's your talents, your resources, and you must be able to combine everything on hand to make sure that you include everybody. Inclusive leadership, what does it do? Inclusive leadership empowers. When you're an inclusive leader, you do not know it all. Many are times when we get the roles that we get, and you're appointed CEO for this big organization, you assume that you know it all. You don't. In fact, you don't have an idea many of the times. So what does an inclusive leader does? You shut up, forgive my language, and allow your team to give you the ideas. And the only way you can do that is if you've empowered them, if you do not threaten them, if you create the space for them to feel comfortable enough to make a contribution. A good leader listens, even when it's not good news, even when it's not, even when it's not what you expected. It's important for you as a leader to allow your team to stand up to you and say, boss, you messed up. We are losing this account because you messed up. That does not take away who you are. In fact, if you take it honorably, then you're an inclusive leader. A good leader motivates. I like to tell people when my team is shining, I scream the loudest. Yesterday when Josephine was dancing, I was screaming the loudest because I wanted to motivate her. I wanted her to win. That is what a good leader does. Unfortunately, many of the leaders in our spaces are threatened by greatness. I can't dance as well as Josephine does, but I can motivate her, and that doesn't make me less of a person. If she wins, I win. Today I'm talking about her and I'm associated with her. So I also want the fuel voucher indirectly. So, leaders, don't be threatened by greatness among yourselves. When you raise great people, you become greater. That's what it is, whether you like it or not. Something that I'm very passionate about, maybe because I'm a woman and a mother, empathy. Can we have some empathy? The world needs empathetic people. John Maxwell again says, everybody is in a crisis, about to get into a crisis, or has just gotten into one. As I am speaking to all of you, most of you, as I look at you from last night, you're either in a crisis because of your decisions, about to get into one, or you've probably gotten out of one. So can we just have some more empathetic people? Can we just treat people with heart? If someone hasn't beaten the deadline, yes, it's not a good thing, but it's not the end of the world. Why are we so mean? And by the way, it doesn't help to be so mean to your people. Because let's be honest, as a CEO, your CEO today, someone else could be in that chair. Just extend some empathy. I'm very empathetic because grace has been extended to me many times. And I have purposed to extend grace to people. Do I get results? Those who know. Trust. An inclusive leader, you must trust. Many a times when we are in these positions, we do not trust. We think everybody is working against us, and maybe it's true. But you know what? It's important for you to trust. We are talking about trust. How are clients going to trust us is if us as leaders, we don't even trust our people. When you trust people, you give them the space, and people can surprise you when trusted. Let's learn to trust. And again, I'm not only speaking to CEOs. Each one of us is a leader in this room, in your own space. Like I've said, you could be a leader. As a mother, you're a leader. As a spouse, you're a leader. As a business unit GM, you're a leader. So wherever you are, leadership is for all of us. And then be authentic. As an inclusive leader, you must be authentic. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. I have cried. Josephine knows. I have cried. Do they not respect me because I have cried? No. That's me. That's me. Be authentic. Maybe for you it's not crying. You're a man. You don't cry. But when you've messed up, be courageous enough to be authentic enough to say, I have messed up. That's what an inclusive leader does. And of course, inclusivity requires collaboration. You can't do it alone, however good you are. So why is inclusive leadership important? Inclusive leadership enables us to create resilient teams. Teams that will do well even in your absence. I know very many leaders who cannot go away on leave because they've not created resilience in their teams. They believe that it's about them. During summer, when my kids are on summer break, I take 30 days off. I've just been away for 30 days. Did WTW fail? No, they actually hit their budget faster for the month of July in my absence. And for me, that is what I call success. If it can be said of me that even in my absence, things move. The secretariat, I was away, and my vice chair is here, Mark. I was away for the most of July, and we had a major decision to make as a secretariat. That decision was closed in my absence. For me, that is resilience. That is resilience. And that's what inclusive leadership does. It's not about you, the leader, because you could drop dead. You could get incapacitated. So what happens? Inclusive leadership, like I mentioned, it strengthens decision-making. Even in your absence, decisions will be made quickly. Accountability, trust, and psychological safety. People are safe. People are safe because you've created the space as a leader. And then, of course, it allows growth. It fosters growth, motivation, people development. Now, something that I need to focus on today, the impact of inclusive leadership on insurance. As an industry, our challenges are the same, be it Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Africa, even the UK, even the Europe. Our challenges are the same. Some markets have made progress, we haven't made progress. But our challenges are the same. So what would inclusive leadership, what's the impact it would have on insurance? It would allow us to design fit-for-purpose policies. Why? Because you're bringing various people on the table to have real conversations. I was having a conversation with Chumi yesterday, and I was telling her that it's time for reinsurers in Africa to begin designing fit-for-purpose policies for Africa. Why must I be struggling with a Swiss Re gentleman who probably, for half of the time they're speaking, I don't understand what they're saying, and I'm trying to explain to them a solution I'm looking for in Africa. In Uganda, it is time for us to bring everybody to the table. We have the solutions. We have amazing women, amazing Gen Zs, amazing men, old women. Each of us, we bring something to the table. And it can only be done once there's inclusive leadership. You allow everybody to bring an idea. And then, of course, again, I was speaking to the MUA team this morning, empathy in claims processing. I've been in this industry for 20 plus years. Actually, I'm probably making 30 years in the industry very soon. And my biggest regret is the way we handle claims. It's not about paying claims. It is about how we make people feel when we are paying claims. You eventually pay the claim, but what have you taken the clients through? What have we taken clients through? Maya Angelou, again, one of my favorite authors, says, people will forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Insurers, African insurers, can we put some heart in claims processing? I know the room is silent because I'm hitting hard. I hate the way we are processing claims. I hate what we take our clients through. And I hope that in my lifetime, before I retire, that there will be one insurer who is going to step up and make a difference. May you choose to be that insurer. Innovation, I've already talked about it. And then inclusive leadership also allows us to storytell, to frame the narrative. There are many good things happening in our industry, but nobody talks about them. We don't talk about them. I think I had the regulator yesterday saying he looks forward to seeing us someone on TV paying a claim. Yeah, why not? Why aren't we talking about the good stories? Why aren't we talking about the lives that we have changed with our services? Why are we scared? Now, the only people who are going to do that are those who are ready. Maybe the younger people who are going to go on TikTok and begin to talk about what we do. Because I do not have the courage to go on TikTok and talk about my services. But maybe someone younger than me, a Gen Z, will do it and do it very well. Let's bring these people in the room. Let them join our ESCO teams. Who says ESCO must be of a certain age or even a certain qualification? If dancing is what's going to help you push the message, bring a good dancer in your team and make them part of your ESCO. That is inclusive leadership. They do not have to have a PhD to be on your ESCO. And then, of course, inclusive leadership allows for thought leadership to inform policy. And this is to regulators, to associations. Pamela, associations are supposed to inform policy. But we still have the wrong people in these associations. Why? Because of the criteria we use to appoint these people on ESCOs in associations. Nicholas is laughing, but that's the truth. We have the wrong people who just don't get it. People who did well as insurers in 1960, 1970, 1980, 1990. The world has moved. The world has moved. We need people that are going to inform policy, that is going to speak to my sons, who half of the time I do not understand what they are saying, and I'm their mother. And yet I want them to buy insurance at some point. So why can't we get those kinds of people to start informing policy? Let's not be afraid. It's okay to step away and allow others to inform policy. And then, let's challenge the status quo. I don't see the regulator in the room, but we probably have some representatives. It's time for us to start challenging the status quo. The regulations have worked for the last 60 years. But I don't think many of them are quite relevant. It's a very sticky conversation, but it's the truth. And if we do not allow to start challenging the status quo will challenge us. I hope you know what I mean. And we have already started seeing it. Some industries have come up and they are taking our bread. Telecoms are already doing insurance, and they are doing it better than us. And for them, they probably do not have so much of regulations like we do. And this is to all of us, especially Africans in the room. This is our continent. The solutions must come from us. And then inclusive leadership, I'm coming to the end. Inclusive leadership narrows the trust gap. I mean, we could go on and on about the trust gap. In Uganda, our conference was about trust. In Rwanda, it's about trust. There is a trust gap. I hate to say it, but most people trust banks more than they trust insurance companies. Why? You know the reasons. Inclusive leadership will help to narrow this gap. Then, of course, profitability. In Uganda, insurers are talking about underwriting losses. They are not making money. The reason you're not making money is because, among others, is you're still selling the products that was sold by our grandfathers for a new market, for a completely new, diverse market. Let's bring in people who are going to change this whole landscape. Then, of course, inclusive leadership allows us to manage our talents. When you have diverse, and this is especially to people like Evelyn who are in human capital, when you have different, diverse people. In fact, for organizations like the one I work in, we have a whole department on inclusion and diversity. There are different people who are coming to the marketplace with different needs, different upbringings, different colors, different genders. So you can only be an inclusive leader to be able to manage talents very well in today's world. I mean, you'll have young people who will say, I don't want to come into the office. Why must I wear a suit? It's okay for me to wear a short as long as I have performed. Now, I know there are leaders who will not allow anybody to work from home because in their understanding, you can only perform when you're at the office. That has to change. My call to action as I end, I'm going to go quickly through this. Leaders, let us fold our sleeves. Fold our sleeves, get out of the corner office. Get to know what is happening on the ground. Listen to your customers. Go to the marketplace. Sit down with the vendors. Fold your sleeves. It's okay for you to wear a suit, but fold your sleeves. Do the dirty work. Listen. Serve with heart. I can't say that enough. Serve with heart. Serve with heart. Industry, insurance industry, let us learn to serve with heart. Let us put our customers first. Let us put not the policies first, not the terms and conditions first, but our customers. As we serve, put your customer before you. What would you do if you were in their position? If you did that, you would approach it differently. Then let us create inclusive solutions as a tool for sustainable development. We have to create new markets. We can't all be running after the corporates. In our space, there are not that many. We do not have very many MTNs of this world. We do not have many Safarikoms. We do not have many Bralilois. Can we create new markets? And the only way we can do that is if we have inclusive solutions. And then, home-based solutions. Let's learn from the telecom sector. We can come up with the solutions. And lastly, regulators. I said this yesterday, remove the bottlenecks. Remove the bottlenecks. I do not know how the regulator is here. I do not want to comment about the one at home. But regulators, remove the bottlenecks. We must grow as an industry, and you must be an enabler as regulators. As I end, I want to end with a story again. Nelson Mandela was once, we all know him as one of the greatest leaders that this world has had, and I'm very proud that he was an African. When he was asked why he's a good leader, he said that he was born, his father was a tribal chief, and every time his father went to tribal meetings, I'm sure you've heard this story, when his father went to tribal meetings, he went with him, and he noticed two things about his father. His father always encouraged the tribal leaders to sit in a circle, and he would always sit in the middle. What would that do? It would allow him, it would first of all equalize the space, meaning that everybody realizes that they are at the same level, so that everybody would contribute meaningfully, knowing that they are equal. But also, he noticed one thing from his father, that he always spoke last. That gave him the power to contribute after he has received everybody's contribution. So leaders in the room, if we are going to be inclusive leaders, learn to sit in the middle and learn to speak last. As I end, I love this quote. We can change the world and make it a better place. It is in our hands to make a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, as I end, may I request each one of us to stand up? I want us to do something, just a few minutes. I started my conversation with a story about the painter. And my challenge to each one of us is that as we leave RUBAVU, that we are going to pick up the paint brushes. So I want to challenge each one of you, pick something that represents a paintbrush on your table, whatever it is. Pick a paintbrush, whatever you believe is a paintbrush. And my request to each one of us in the room, let us start to paint, to repaint what you'd want to see different. It could be in your office, it could be in your home, wherever. Let us begin painting. Ladies and gentlemen, use the paintbrushes going forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rita. With over 17 years of experience, recognized as top CEOs in different magazines. So reason why I'm telling you this, all she's sharing is through experience. And indeed, an inclusive leader can take their company somewhere. I have picked a few things myself, and I wonder if you have a question that you would love to ask, this will be the moment. If anybody has a question that would love to ask, this will be the moment so that she can easily take it up. Yes, we have a question here. Someone help me with handing over the microphone. Let me help.
Good morning, Annette Karenzi are my names from RBS. Thank you, Rita, so much from that conversation from the heart. I just wanted to pick a little more experience from you. What has been the biggest challenge as an inclusive leader? What has kept you awake? What has disappointed? What has made you say, this is tough, but I have to go on? From the inclusive corner, thank you.
That's a very tough question, Annette, but I appreciate it. What has been the biggest challenge? The biggest challenge has actually been myself. The biggest challenge has been at some point, especially when I was beginning my leadership journey, was not feeling enough. And the reason I did not feel enough was because of there are many reasons why I did not feel enough. I do not want to get into the details. But at some point, you grow up being told certain things, and they engrave in your mind. So the biggest challenge was, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I can't be a lead. I can't lead a team. I can't be a leader in a multinational organization. I can't be a black woman. I can't be of a certain age group. So for me, that has been my biggest challenge. And how have I overcome it? I'm still overcoming it on a daily. I keep telling myself that I'm good enough. I'm enough. And every time I tell myself that I'm enough, then I push myself to even lead better. I hope I've answered.
Thank you very much, Rita. One thing that I'm learning from this as a man is leading from an emotional point of view. And I think I rarely see a man looking himself in the mirror and say, you are able. You are amazing. Why are you laughing? Why do we think only women are the ones to do that? Because we all find ourselves in the whole Stockholm Syndrome corner of feeling like we do not belong. All right. This is a deep conversation we've just started, and it's a very honest one because some of us are leaders, but indeed we lead from a point of insecurity. And I think what she's trying to touch on is the inclusiveness of being honest with yourself and let the team show you how it's done, however much you have the title. Ooh, that's a tough one. All right. We can kick off and go on to the next. And these are our partners, if nobody else has a question. All right, good. Thank you very much, Rita. It was very clear. Do we have a representative from Atlantic Re with us? Yesterday, we had a technical issue with the video, but we would love to play it once you're here. All right. Wait. I just wanted to know if we have that representative so that I can know if we can bring on the video. They're not yet here, but we'll do it later on. So, Rita, you've done such an amazing job. Before we go on to the next session, would love to recognize and acknowledge you. Thank you very much. Could you please join us on stage? And I'm going to ask you, Dr. Ben, for this. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much so that we can take this moment. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Ben. Going on to our next presentations, we have videos from them, and we also have someone to give a few remarks on it. I'll be beginning with our silver sponsor moment, and led by Africa RE. If we have a representative from Africa RE, get ready. Let's have the video show, and then we'll continue. Wonderful, wonderful. May we please welcome a representative from Africa RE.
Good morning, everyone. To the regulator, I don't see them here. Probably they are on the way. To the chairperson of the RIBA, also to Madame Pamela, the president of ASSU, l'Association des assureurs du Rwanda. C'est bien ça. We are very happy to be here as Africa RE. And my name is Romeo Watara. For those who don't know me, I'm a manager on the writing and marketing, and I'm based in Nairobi. As you can see into this video, we talk about aviation, right? And yesterday we mentioned an issue with the Rwanda Air, if I'm not mistaken. And I wanted that the relator be here, but unfortunately maybe you can convey the message. Do you know that in Africa, we have an aviation pool? Who is aware about that? Very few people. Do you know that in Africa, we have a pool for oil and energy? And this pool is managed by Africa RE. But unfortunately, this information is not, well spread across the continent. So yesterday I was speaking with Benson, and I said, instead to just play the video, it will be important to come on stage and tell you that for your issue that we have for Rwanda Air, Africa RE has the solution. And beside that, we have a lot of expertise for agriculture, for power, conventional, non-conventional, cyber, trade and credit. We have a lot of solutions. So we are here to support the market. And if you see the history that we have in Rwanda, during COVID in 2021, besides to collect only the premium, when you are part of the family and one of your members has an issue, you need to support him. And Africa RE has been able to support the government of Rwanda, and we release funds in order to help the government of Rwanda to face the challenges of the COVID. And also, if you look the history in terms of training, capacity building, up to today we are running for the 8th cohort for the Young Insurance Professional Program. Do you know how many people we train so far? More than 6,000 young professionals in Africa. And among them, only for Rwanda, 217 young Rwandese have been trained through this program. And on the last 2 years, the last 2 cohorts, we have among the Rwandese, 2 Rwandese who completed this program among the top 10 best performers. So when I look at the term, we talk about transformation. And Africa RE is all the time close to the government of Rwanda. You heard about the National Insurance Strategy for the next 10 years, right? Do you know that Africa RE is one of the lead sponsors? But our support is not just limited to sponsor. Also, we contributed to the technical discussion, which is very great, and is to tell you that we are ready to support the Rwanda market in order to see the penetration rate reach the 5% as expected. And for any action which goes into the development of the insurance industry, Africa RE is ready to support you. Having said that, I'm here, so I'm sure in the evening we have fun, but before that, you can speak with me if there is anything that you want to talk, hot topic, cold topic, I'm available. And I would like to tell thank you to RIBA for this great, great, great organization. It's my first time to be here in RUBAVU, second time to be in Rwanda, first time in Kigali, the cleanest country in Africa. So let's together develop our continent. Let's keep the premium here in Africa, and Africa is here to support you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And you could stay so we can give you a token of appreciation. I don't know if we have Derek in the house. This is yours to give. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Still on the spotlight of our partners that we have here today, we have a video from Tanri.
In the heart of Dar es Salaam, the haven of peace, stands a homegrown success story.
That video gives us an overview about Tanri. And I think from the information I have, do we have a representative from Tanri? Last time I checked, we didn't have one. As we wait on, Derek, you'll allow me to come back on the second person. We can do them all at once. Smart Solutions is here with us, and we also have a video that is giving us an overview of what they do. That was it from Smart Applications. Let me have Derek join us one more time and give a token of appreciation from Smart Applications representative. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, looking at where I'm standing right now, I can tell you the energy, hey, your battery is below minimum balance. So I'm going to do you a favor. How about you go grab a cup of coffee and shake your body a little bit and wake up? Would that help? Beautiful. Let's go in a break. Using 20 minutes, we'll be back here 10 minutes past 11. I'll call you out. So please, I'll see you in a few. Thank you. For those of you maybe who've never donated blood, you might be scared. By the way, it's not a very complicated thing. It's just a small needle. Very small. Very, very small. In fact, you don't feel it. And it takes about 5 minutes. By 5 minutes, I mean you approaching, getting your information, taking the blood, and thanking you for the contribution. All right? So please, could you do it whenever you get a chance? It's as you head out, as if you're going out of the premise, you'll see it. So you use this exit that is over here. You head out, and then you'll see the banners. It's the door, it's the first door on the left. It's open. You can't miss it. And then you can donate your blood. All right. Now let's begin with an acknowledgement. We are giving a token of appreciation to Tanri, but it's going to be received by the president of TIBA. So let me ask Derek to join me on stage with the award, and I would love to welcome the president of TIBA to join us and receive it on behalf of Tanri. Thank you very much. Right after this, we are going straight into a moment with the MUA. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much, Derek. And now we are going into a moment with our partner. This is the Platinum sponsor moment led by MUA. Allow me to welcome Jalik to be the one leading this session. We'll have a video to play and some conversations to have. Then after that, that's when we'll go into the panel discussion. Jalik, the floor is all yours.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I don't see energy. Mwaramutse. Habari ya subu. Mwasuze mtia. Wanchang hao. That one, I think no one understands it. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, actually, I've got a small just speech because we are not here for speeches. We all of us understand that when you talk about trust, empowerment, and transform, it indeed strongly reflects what we believe in at MUA. And trust is indeed a foundation for a relationship. And we believe in this when we are participating as a region on this kind of interesting event. And also, you know, it's all about supporting our clients, brokers, and also with the right solutions, knowledge, and service, so that we understand how we grow together as stakeholders on various aspects. Having the MUA East Africa together here, it's a sign that confirms the spirit of being one MUA, being one industry, and support each other for the growth. So allow me now to welcome all the team as we are here. Let me start by MUA Kenya. Would you please stand up and come forward? MUA Kenya, karibuni sana. MUA Kenya. Yes, thank you. What? Round of applause and gents. Let me call upon MUA Tanzania. MUA Tanzania. Karibuni, karibuni sana. We all of us stand here. Let me call upon MUA Uganda. Yes. Yes. Now let me call upon MUA Rwanda team. So this is the team that is going to say thank you to all of you in just a simple word. Brokers, all of us MUA, we say, brokers, thank you. Brokers, thank you. Let me ask the technical team to help us with a video. Please play the video. We can go back.
Four countries, one gateway, and in every one of them, the story remains the same. Our brokers are at the core of everything we've built.
Our brokers are the voice of MUA beyond our offices. They champion our brand, build confidence in our promise, and turn every connection into lasting impact. Advocacy continues to translate into stronger business performance.
In Tanzania, our brokers have taken the annual event further than we could alone, opening doors and extending our reach into new markets with purpose and intention. Kila fursa mpya inachangia safari yetu ya ukuaji kuelekea mafanikio makubwa zaidi.
Every renewal tells a story of trust, and every conversation brings valuable insight.
By listening, learning, and growing together with our brokers, we continue to enhance the experience that we give to every MUA client.
Omwezi gogo, nubira amaso n'okutumbula enkulaakulana yaffe.
Brokers, the largest channel in Rwanda, rotate will be supplied to MUA Rwanda. For the period ended 2025 December, they have contributed at 9% our GWP. Period ended half year 2026, they contributed at 5% for GWP. This is making them the largest channel which is supporting us. So we cannot take that for granted. We thank you very much, all our brokers.
At MUA Rwanda, brokers are at the heart of everything we do. Working hand in hand, we've built lasting partnerships that drive growth and shared success. Hamwe, iterambere ryacu rikomeje gufata iyindi ntera.
Hello. As someone who works with all our brokers on a daily basis, my message today is to thank you. Thank you so much for every referral. Thank you so much for all the opportunities you share with us. Thank you so much for believing in us. Thank you so much for all the WhatsApp messages. Thank you so much for all the calls, for walking in our office. We appreciate, we value you, and we look forward to building greater things together. Thank you.
Thank you for being the voice that carries us further and for doing it with pride every time.
Thank you for the trust you keep placing in us year after year.
Thank you for growing with us.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, any of us like good surprises? All of us like good surprises? Please don't miss tonight. If you like good surprises, don't miss tonight. You will see the AMUA stylish surprises and good surprises. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. Once again, we bow, we tell to the brokers and clients, we thank you so much.
Thank you very much, MUA, for such an energetic presentation and acknowledging us for the contribution that we've had in the organization. I think we have to give another round of applause to MUA for the numbers. There are very many that if they decided someone to write on the WhatsApp group, let's not go. Hey. Yeah. So, thank you very much. I used to have a friend of mine, he used to tease us. I was born in a family of many kids, and he used to say, whenever we see you going to school, we think you are rioting. So, when I saw them coming, I was like, is everything okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going into the beautiful moment of acknowledging them. And I think this time around, we could have a representative join us, so we can acknowledge you and give you a token of appreciation. So I don't know, Jalik, if you're going to be receiving it on behalf of the team or if you're having someone. Yes, please join us. Derek, I'm going to work with you today. So don't plan any gym sessions. Lifting that 2 kg is going to be the plan. Let me have the protocol team join us with a token of appreciation. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Now is the moment that I really need your attention. We are going to have a short conversation. It will not exceed 45 minutes top. And I know Jacqueline is going to make sure we hit that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be moderated by the CEO of Zamara Actuaries, Administration and Insurance Brokers. Could you please help me welcome the moderator of the session, who will then introduce the panelists. And we are going to be discussing, can insurance truly be trusted to protect Africa's future? We've been talking about it, but is it doable? Jacqueline, the floor is all yours.
Can you hear me? Thank you so much. Thank you, MC, for this moment. Pleasure is mine to be the moderator of this session, and I like the way they quoted it as high-level discussion. It is an interesting discussion where we have to deep dive into trust again, empower and transform. Insurance is a promise, as many people mentioned yesterday and today. But it runs, or it is centered on trust. Allow me to take you through a few moments on how people look at us as insurance players on the market. One thing that I must start with is a quote. I have a friend every morning sends me a quote. And this quote is on trust, is on honesty and integrity. Today, he sent me a quote which says, trust is the glue of life. It's the most essential ingredient in effective communication. It is a fundamental principle that holds all relationships together. Today, I say, it is a fundamental principle that holds partnerships together, synergies together, and even collaborations together. Africa has been recognized as a home of opportunities, but also facing a lot of risks, ranging from climate change, to healthy emergencies, economic uncertainties, and also cyber threats and other changing expectations of our growing population and increasing population. However, we need also to take a moment to recall how this industry is evolving. We are moving with innovation, better data, inclusive products, strong collaboration and partnerships, and also insurance is becoming like a financial product that would be a critical tool for building resilience and protecting Africans' economic and social future. Today, we are going beyond asking ourselves whether insurance exists. We are asking ourselves whether insurance practitioners and players have earned the trust of the people they serve. We will explore this and we will see what is working, what are the gaps, what we need to change, and ultimately, what would it take for customers to feel confidently to say, yes, I can truly trust insurers to protect my future. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome my distinguished panelists to unpack and tell us how industry players can earn the trust of their customers. Welcome, Mr. Nicholas Rutakome, Chief Executive Officer, MUA Uganda. We will have Mr. Kereofas Obiro, Managing Director, Smart Applications. Guys, are you ready for this discussion? Allow me to welcome Mr. Anthony, Chair of Emeritus Chair, Association of Brokers of Kenya. Again, allow me to welcome Sylvia Kajubi Mwebesa, Deputy Principal, Insurance Training College. Thank you so much, panelists, for accepting the invitation from RIBA and accepting to take us through this discussion. Without taking much of your time, I will request to start with Nicholas. Nicholas, you have been in this sector for more than 18 years, and you have gone through underwriting, claims settlements, broking, name it. How can insurers strengthen public trust through claims settlements, product innovation, customer experience, and transparency?
Okay, thank you. I wish I had an answer for that question. I would be somewhere on a yak moving around. I think I can try. For me, part of what I've picked in this is we have to be real to ourselves as the practitioners. It's very difficult to give what you don't have. If you don't have love, you can't give love. So the pain we take our customers through and the trust we lose, some of us don't get to go through it. So if we first experience the industry as customers and look at the pain that we go through from the customer's eyes, I think it is a good step to begin gaining trust. If we ourselves don't believe in what we do and we don't do anything about it, we've done an injustice to the industry. I'll give an example that I was discussing with our team a few days ago. So simple things like wording. Our industry was designed, I think, by lawyers. So we give you a policy anticipating a court dispute. And then in such an environment, we already don't think we can trust each other. So we go ahead. So the terms we use, terminology, even an English professor won't be able to interpret an excess clause at first sight until we explain it to them. So why don't we simply reword it so that it doesn't need an explanation? So there's a lot that we need to do internally, ourselves as practitioners, to first test the medicine the way customers test it without favor in order to earn the trust from it ourselves. If we had ourselves being subjected or subjecting ourselves to the same standards we subject our customers to, it would be a good way to start. Thank you.
Thank you. That's good if you can have it that way to check what the customers are looking at and then respond to their expectations. Cleophas, you have been a platform for healthcare products, and it is something that you're doing with passion, something that you have done, and you have also enrolled in different countries, DRC, Burundi, and Rwanda. And you're doing it so that those who are receiving these products are doing it with ease, and the service delivery is also smoothness. Smart applications has connected insurers, hospitals, pharmacies, brokers, and millions of customers through technology. From your experience, what has been the greatest barrier to building trust within the insurance ecosystem, and how can technology help to overcome this?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Am I audible? Thank you very much. I think now I'm audible. My name is Cleophas, as mentioned. I'm the Managing Director for Smart Applications International. It's a leading ICT company that is operating in 13 countries across Africa. And I lead the business in Rwanda, where we started the business from scratch for the last 13 days until today. Smart Applications Rwanda being one of the largest InsurTech or ICT company with more than 1,000 hospitals using our solution and several insurances using our solution. So I just want to drive further to the question my sister Jackie has asked. If you look on the past, go backwards, you will see that before Smart came with the idea of a technology solution, there was what we call delayed and uncertain delay. Like if you want to go to the hospital, for instance, you don't know as a patient if your cover will work. And if you look at the three players that are there, that is the hospital, the insurance, and the customer. You will see, as I mentioned, the customer doesn't know the cover will work. The hospital doesn't know if the insurer will pay, and the insurer is not certain if the person that is being served is the right person, and are they getting the right services? So with technology came as a referee for those who like football. I'm an Arsenal fan. So for those who like football, you understand that a referee is the one who makes the decisions. And now our technology came as a referee to link these key players to make sure that there is no delay at the hospital. I just want to walk the hospital, get served, go home. And that's why I bought an insurance, isn't it? So if you look at that, I can give an example of someone called John, who's a taxi driver in Kigali. John went to the hospital with the baby who was unwell. He was called, your daughter is unwell. He rushed home. He picked the baby. He went to the hospital. After reaching at the hospital, John was asked for the card. He provided his card. The cashier at the hospital point had to do a lot of background check to know if indeed he's covered by the certain insurance, does he have limits, is he active, and all that necessary information that you can get by a click of a button. So John stayed there. They checked the card. They called the insurance. It was at night and a weekend. The insurance couldn't pick the call. John delayed at the hospital for quite some time. He was unhappy. And after 2 to 3 hours, nothing was done. He decided to pay cash. And that is very sad. After paying the cash, John went home not trusting the insurance, not happy with the insurance. And he went and told all his friends about that. So today, as we speak, the scenario has changed with the technology. You look at it, you see, for instance, I just need a mobile app. I open it, I go to the hospital, I check my virtual card, I give initiate a visit code, they put in the system. Within seconds, I put my fingerprint, I'm treated, I go home, and I'm happy. And that one creates trust. And that is what we want to make sure that the trust is there. And trust is what drives everything. When there's no uncertainty, everything is trusted. Thank you very much.
Great, great. I can be a witness to that, whenever I go to the hospital, whether... Yes, sorry. I can be a witness to that whenever I go to the hospital, I don't need a card. So we've gone virtually. So thank you so much for having Rwanda to benefit from your platform. Everything starts with knowledge. And I will call Sister Sylvia to tell us. Sylvia, you have been in education, in administration, for many, many years, over 20 years. And you have been imparting knowledge, and interestingly, you went even ahead to train in insurance. Despite the investment that you've made, and even institutions have made in a profession of qualification, and technical training. Why does public trust in insurance remain relatively low? Is it the industry producing technically competent professionals, but not necessarily trusted leaders? What do you think?
Thank you, Jackie. I'll attempt to answer this from my point of view. It really hurts when you think you're in a relationship with someone and you're doing everything you can and they keep saying, I don't trust you. I think that is the dilemma that we are in with our clients who are the public. We feel we are doing everything that we possibly can, but the question of trust, low trust, continues to hang up there. So are we in this relationship alone? You know, sometimes you think you're with someone and you're on the same page, but when they come out to say that they don't trust you, then you realize you're in a relationship by yourself. So insurance education gives the competence, the qualifications. So for demonstration purposes, the competence is the foundation that we give, the insurance education gives the players in the industry. So if the competence is the foundation and the public is here, there's a gap between the competence as the foundation that we give and the public. And the assumption that someone getting these qualifications or getting these technical competences translates into a trusted leader, I think, in my opinion, is false. Because there's a lot that takes place after we get the competences. There's a leadership journey, and I think Rita alluded to it earlier. We assume that just because we get this maybe diploma in insurance, or we get the skills for actuarial, or we are good underwriters, that makes us effective leaders or trusted leaders. There's a journey that needs to, a journey of growth, a journey of transformation. Unfortunately, our education has been focusing on just the competence, and we've not been supporting that journey of growth. It's been, let me say, unguided. So most of the time, we get the competences, we go into these offices, we are given these clients, and then we start navigating. And along the way, we lose the public trust because we don't know how to navigate the right way. So if we look at the public, what does trust mean to them? We think we know it. It's a checklist. We know they want someone who is dependable, someone who is trustworthy, who is truthful. When you're selling these policies, are you being truthful? Are you being truthful about what it covers, what it doesn't cover? Are we consistent in the message that we give the public? Are we empathetic? I think Nicholas alluded to it. Do we care to understand their pain points? You know, do we have the integrity? So we sit here, as I said, you be in a relationship, you think you have all these values, you think you have this character. But in actual sense, the person that you think you're serving keeps saying you're not trustworthy. So it gives us a reality check that yes, we have the competences, we have the qualifications, but we are missing a step along the way. Are we actually fulfilling, or do we actually stand for the values that we say we are? Are we dependable? Do we have the integrity? You know, the challenge is that every year we are churning out leaders in the sector. So we have leaders at different stages of leadership growth. And we need to understand how to support everyone at their different levels of leadership growth. There has to be, we are empowering, but we are not transforming the competences to build trust in our clients or in the public. So the question comes back. We are investing a lot in the competences. True. but the education system, the education system is now not supporting the transformation growth. Character is not taught. 10%, I was reading and they said 10% of leadership or character, a character of a person, can be taught in class. But 90% is learnt. It's a journey. It's a journey of experience. It's a journey of exposure. So there is a lot of work that needs to be done there. We sit in this room. I'll tell you that everybody in this room has the competence. I'm very sure they have the competence. But we need to ask ourselves, why is it that the public keeps saying, the very people in this room, that they don't trust us? That means we are missing a step in the leadership journey, in the growth journey, in the journey to understand what our clients, we think we know what our clients, we think we embed or embody the values that the clients see in us. But I think the results show that we are falling short. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sylvia. This brings me back to say that insurance is not sold in offices, but to the field. Those who attended masterclass, I think they will witness to that. Leadership is not taught in class, but it is a journey that everyone learns from the first time you step in offices to the time you assume the leadership role. And my question goes to everyone in the room. Whose role to teach us leadership? Whose role? Anyway, it's homework to all of us. Let it be a challenge to leaders in the room to look back and see, how do I empower? How do I transform? Coming to that, I have a senior person in the room, on the panel, sorry, and this is someone who has been in insurance broking for many years, and is senior to many of us, including myself. But probably he would take us through to understand why we have some gaps, why we have things that don't align, and why we don't have trust. Anthony, insurance brokers are often described as trusted advisors to clients. What does the industry need to do to ensure that brokers constantly earn and retain that trust? And where must brokers themselves improve? Thank you.
Thank you very much. And perhaps, Jackie, just allow me to, first of all, start by thanking RIBA for inviting me to this conference and organizing this very successful conference. I think that's a question that all of us are asking ourselves. And in my journey of broking in the years that you have mentioned, I would say to a great extent, we have sold insurance and we have sold policies. And like Jim Collins, if I paraphrase him, from good to great, I would say brokers and insurance, the good ones, we sell insurance and policies, but the great ones sell confidence. And I think that is where, in my view, perhaps we have missed the point. I think as we were coming in with, can't remember exactly who was sharing during the break time. We issue checks for claims. And it's like when we are selling those checks, sending them to the clients, it's like we feel pain when we are sending to them. And the clients get that check, he or she does absolutely feel nothing in terms of, it's like a transactional thing that he has done. And I wonder how many of us, me included, even with all the years of experience, after we have paid that claim, do we follow our client to find out, we helped you build this house, how was the journey? We don't do what perhaps I would call exit interviews after a claim to find out how has been the journey for us? And of course, I'm talking generalities. There may be few perhaps who are trying, but I think generally how I see, because we consume the services of underwriters, for instance. Nobody ever has ever come to me to ask, we paid your client $1 million of a claim. Can we go and find out exactly what they did with that money? Whether that money actually was enough? Were there any gaps in the journey? We just pay that claim. And I think therefore I would say it's all of us who have failed our clients in terms of how we have done. It is a transactional issue. And therefore the client does not feel the confidence that they need to have for insurance. And they will do it because perhaps, yes, the bank requires, and I think there was a lot of talk yesterday about why people are buying insurance. And this is demonstrated, for instance, I have seen a lot of clients who buy policies for banks, because of mortgages, and even their cars perhaps when they need to be financed. And then as soon as that facility with the bank is extinguished, they actually don't renew those covers anymore. Even after paying for 15 years, let's say it's a mortgage, after 15 years, somebody just drops that cover. Then it means that basically they never bought anything they understood. They only were covering because the bank knew. Otherwise, for somebody who has been in a cover for all that time, why would somebody drop a cover just because he has finished the financial burden with the bank? That tells me, therefore, that I think we haven't created enough confidence. And perhaps we'll talk to it in the, what then does the broker of the future then looks like? We must, my dear colleagues in the industry, particularly us as brokers, we must stop selling policies. From a practical example, I'm a lawyer by profession, and I'm doing a lot of claims, I'm assisting a lot of clients' claims who are not even necessarily our clients. And I'm realizing so many serious gaps, especially people with tremendous respect to banks that could be here. Those people perhaps who are going to the banks directly because they were asked to do that because of financial interest and bank assurance, they at times find themselves at a very awkward moment. A vehicle is involved in an accident at night, you are calling whoever perhaps who sold this cover at the bank, they tell you this is not banking hours. And this is midnight, and you have a claim and you need to make some decisions. And a lot of those claims then make very bad decisions at the scene of the accident. Dealing with a claim whose somebody whose property was damaged by a truck in up country, the house was not damaged, 70 million worth of, 70,000 worth of dollars worth of a house was damaged. It was at night, it was not covered, he couldn't call anybody. So I'm dealing with all those issues and I'm realizing there are very, very, very serious gaps that we are not covering. We are not working with our clients the whole journey. We are extremely transactional. And I think because it's an honest discussion, please accept my language when I say that. I know at our own individual levels and our brokerages, I think we could be trying a few things. But I'm challenging us to say it is not enough. Our best clients perhaps who pay, and I think Tumseng mentioned that yesterday, Tumsang. You know, I thought you were from Courage, not from where I come from. I'll have to find out after this. We have very many touch points with our clients which we never actually utilize. Our best clients who pays claims, who pays us premiums at the beginning of the year and they have no claims, how many times do we talk to them during that year? We have been doing only protection, renewal, and perhaps compensation. When there is no compensation, you only wait until the next time to talk to them. Yet there are so many touch points perhaps that we can be able to use to be able to bring that confidence. Trust is not bought, trust is earned. Are we earning our clients' trust? My answer at this point in time, I'm saying there is room for improvement.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I think the point here is that we shouldn't sell only policies, but we need also to look at the confidence and how we can earn the trust before our customers. Coming back to you, Nicholas, what lessons can Rwanda industrial players draw from Ugandan markets in improving insurance penetration, customer confidence, and industrial collaboration?
Okay, thank you, Jackie. That's a very difficult question in that context. I wish it was asked in the reverse. Yeah, because it's quite humbling. I think we have more to learn from the Rwanda's market. From an MUA perspective, the great work that has been done for the past few years by my brother Konde, turning around MUA into a market leader, it's one of our most performing in the region within MUA. So kudos to that team, of course. So we have a lot to learn from the market here. We could have a few things working for us. It's just a matter of time before Rwanda gets there. And one of them, our Professor Sylvia is in the room. I think Rwanda is overdue for an insurance training college to certify the able people in Rwanda, and they compete in the region, and we benefit from them and the skills they have to offer. Uganda has that, and so is Kenya. We do have another thing working for us in building confidence and transparency in the Ugandan market that was inaugurated about 3-4 years ago in terms of dispute resolution, that I think also it could be nice to consider. Insurance disputes used to go to court. A quasi-legal system was put up, so our cases don't go to court. They are handled by an appeals tribunal. And, court cases can take 8 to 10 years. Insurance is money, and money is time, so you can't wait for 8 years to do a dispute. So within a space of less than 3 months, you can have, that's by the way record time for the legal fraternity. So we are not the only ones doing badly. So it's up to within about 3 months, we can have this resolved, and we are back to business. And I think when I was reviewing the cases they have handled, they have really hit the regulator hard. Where the regulator has ruled this way, they have overturned. And the regulator gets in line also sometimes. So I think that's something that has built confidence for both the practitioners and the clients in terms of forming that arbitration. The other thing is in line with, I think the regulator talked about it yesterday here, about, that's largely about collaboration. So we do have this thing we do about consortiums in Uganda as an industry, especially for complex risk. So we collaborate together as players. We don't compete. For instance, we are currently, getting oil and gas out of the ground. And as an industry, we formed a consortium where we invested some money, built some capacity, and we have our quota share of whatever comes from that. We have something similar for agriculture. So these are ways that we use to put our efforts together to retain something within the market. And I think Rwanda also has those scenarios they can come together and do that. Otherwise, if the question was reversed, I could go on for another 1.5 hours. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicholas. Should you assume that the question was given to a wrong person?
I think it would have been Konde to answer this one in the reverse.
Thank you so much for that, for those insights. We believe that we can learn a lot from Uganda, and you've shared more that we can learn from the market. Only that collaboration matters to us. And also the training, colleges and all that, it is also something that we need to borrow from other markets, specifically Uganda. Coming back to Cleophas. Cleophas, digital platforms have made it easier for clients to access their services faster and more transparent. Yet challenges remain. In your view, what are the insurers not doing or getting wrong? What practical changes should they make to correct a truly customer-oriented insurance experience? Over to you.
Thank you, Jackie. I would like to say that the insurances have really done digitalization of the processes but they have not digitized the customer experience. And that is the most fundamental of all. I can just go straight to an example. Let's look at this person. Let me call her Grace. I hope there is no Grace here. Grace is suffering from a chronic disease. And for her, after the doctor did everything, she was told that she has to take the medicine the rest of her life, every day. So Grace has to be subjected to a lot of processes for her to be able to get her medicine, which already the insurer already knows and has diagnosis and history of her that she has that issue. So Grace will just wake up and assume she's a teacher here in Musanze, maybe go back to Kigali, and has to go to the doctor, and going to the doctor, she has to get a prescription, and that's when she can be given the medicine that is routine. What do I mean? I mean that the medicine that she's supposed to be taking every day for the rest of her life. So if you look at that, yes, the digitalization is there. Everything is there. That is a process. But look at it. Have they worked at the customer experience, the member experience? So if my proposal is, what if Grace doesn't have to do all this, go see a doctor, and then after that get a prescription, after that go get medicine from the pharmacy, and remember all these processes, like going to see a doctor is another expense that is increasing the claims for this particular person. So if the insurance can be able to work on a way that the systems can be able to pre-approve routine things, like now her getting those medicines, they are pre-approved, meaning that she just walks to a certain pharmacy. She doesn't have to need to go and see a doctor. And then she's able to be treated and get her medicine and go home. I know a certain person who has been suffering the same. Because you see, if you go to see a doctor, and the doctor, you pay a lot of, for example, the consultation might be 10,000 francs, and your medicine is 2,000 francs. It doesn't make sense. So most of the people, or the members, me being one of the members, you have to pay out of cash, out of your pocket. You pay cash, so that you don't have to go all that process. You spend the 10,000, and then you pay only 2,000 for the medicine. So you find that someone is going with that. So what I wanted to say, that another second thing is let the insurances make the application simple, so that the customer experience, the members are able to access the services using the apps easily. And thirdly, technology should keep insurance healthy. We're supposed to have a way to track the health of the members. I can tell you that sometimes the insurance, the last time you hear from an insurer, if you buy insurance from them, is when you are talking about the premiums. You talk about the premiums, you pay, and then disappear. They're supposed to do at least customer awareness, educate people. They are supposed to check how the people are doing. And that is what I wanted to say. If you do that, then it's able to remove that particular issue that we are talking about. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Cleophas, for that. I think what I've learned from your discussion is that we need to engage, we need to involve also the clients, so that they are well aware of what the system is about, what it can give, and how you can access it. Thank you so much. Coming back to Sylvia. Sylvia, as the insurance industry becomes increasingly digital and customer focused, what new skill, leadership attributes, and professional behavior should insurance education institution prioritize to prepare the next generation of insurance leaders? Thank you. Thank you, Jackie. Next generation of insurance leaders in a highly digital, and now we keep singing customer-centric environment. I think of skills in two sets. One, the digital side, the digital skills, and two, the human side, or the skills that are needed to enhance the clients or the people. When I talk about the digital side, we are talking about data analytics. I think yesterday we saw most of the presentations. For those that were here yesterday, the data, the need for us to go beyond the data and say, what is the data saying? What decisions should the next generation of leaders make? And I'm very sure yesterday, after the presentation, some of us have taken away points or pointers of what we are going to discuss when we get back into office, just because of the data that was shown here. So we need to focus on data analytics skills. AI, I know is here, but how can we use AI to improve our processes? Automation, like he's mentioned, to what extent do we need to use automation to improve the customer journey? We are talking about customer experience. That's if we are going to be customer-centric, then we have to make sure that we try our best to automate the processes. And I don't know when I last went to the bank. I no longer go to the bank. I don't know how it is here. And I want to believe that it's the same experience. I no longer have to go to the bank at all. Everything is on my phone. I move money in my bed. Just before I go to sleep, I say, I was supposed to send someone a payment. And I move money, sleeping on my pillow, and I move the money. So what do we need to automate? The next leaders need to think about automation. To what extent can our processes honestly be automated? We talk of automation, but we automate halfway. And then the other part is not automated. Just to share an experience, one time we were doing a survey as the college back home, and we found a farmer deep down in the village. He had bought agriculture insurance. The agent came and automated the onboarding, and everything was automated. But when it came to paying the claim, the insurer was nowhere to be seen. And when he made a phone call, they said, you have to come to the Kampala office. Now, do we say, we stand and say we are automated, but are we really automated in the true sense of the word to make sure that the customer experience that we give is excellent? And on the human side, we need to enhance skills of empathy, think about the client. The trust comes in again when it comes to ethical judgment. The integrity is key for the next leaders in the next generation. So ultimately, how do we use the digital skills to improve the customer experience to the full extent in the true sense of the word, but also how do we view both the people that we lead and the clients that we serve from a human perspective. Those are the skills. Of course, the issues like empowerment come with digitization and innovation. They also come with that. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you so much, Sylvia. Can see it is very hard to moderate a panel when it is towards lunchtime. Please clap for these panelists. Thank you so much, Sylvia. What I've learned is that technology in itself needs also someone to be emotionally intelligent, needs to be empathetic, needs to be generally it is not enough to have only digital platforms, but we also need people who can kind of accompany them so that we provide customer-focused services. Thank you so much for that. Coming back to my role model in broking, Anthony, looking across East Africa, what are the biggest obstacles preventing insurance from becoming more relevant, accessible, and valued by individuals and businesses? From your experience, what practical lessons can Rwanda adopt to accelerate growth, deepen customer confidence?
Good, thank you. I think one of the issues that I need to mention first of all is that affordability necessarily is not the only obstacle. From I think what all of us are saying is that there is something slightly more. Affordability or lack of it is one of it, but it is not the only area that we have an issue with in terms of having an obstacle in the things that we're having. Accessibility is a key issue. And I think we now, that the digital platforms are helping us, we now need perhaps to upscale that aspect, particularly when you are having mass market. Accessibility to our services has been always an issue. As she was saying, that you are serving people in far-flung areas of a nation, and you can only be able to go and have their issues perhaps discussed in their head offices. I think now with digital issues, we can say every part of our countries can be covered, but that has been and still continues to be a big issue. We are aware that perhaps not all the areas in our country also, Rwanda, I guess, perhaps it's like Kenya, that there is electricity, there is there is connectivity. So even as digital platforms are still there, we still find that not all the areas are covered. So it's also an appeal to the decision makers that issue of ensuring that every part of our countries are covered is important. I think we had talked about the whole issue of insurance being seen like it is a forced insurance in most instances, and we only deal with the most problematic of the policies. For instance, medical, motor vehicle. I think we had a discussion with some team yesterday here where I realized that it is not mandatory to insure your workers in Rwanda. There may be variations. In some of our countries, like where I come from, Kenya, covering your workers is compulsory. And therefore, the only reason why people are covering their workers, for instance, is because it is compulsory. But and I had a discussion with the director of workers in Kenya. We have 5 billion worth of Kenya claims, 5 billion worth of claims that have lodged with his office, and only 300 million are settled. And he wanted to find out from the Law Society of Kenya, for instance, because most of these cases are going through the legal channels. How would it be that 5 billion worth of claims have been lodged with our offices and only 300 million are covered, are settled? So the question comes, considering that RIBA, Work Injury Benefit Act, is a compulsory, so it means all those people ought to have been insured, and only less than 10% of them have been settled. Where is the gap? And therefore, you realize that people take insurance, but then we are not settling those claims. Or they are staying in our offices for too long. And if you know, and because we are industry players, we appreciate the challenges sometimes that we face with these claims. If it's an injury claim, it takes even 2 years because somebody has to heal so that you can be able to give the final determination. So there are many of such issues that are coming. The other issue, of course, I would say is the issue, again, we come back to the issue of trust. That is still and continue going to be a big issue, that we are still not yet trusted by our customers. We are taking too long. We are only selling policies. Our touch points are not as many. So we need to increase our touch points with our clients. The other thing I would say, it is a big challenge, and Rwanda should be able to learn from this. Actually, for me, Rwanda does not need to copy the rest of East Africa. You don't need to be you need actually to leapfrog all of us. Because one, you have a very strong, even at the national level, you have a very strong national leadership that should be able to guide you, and also a very deep and agile, robust technology mentality amongst your population. So you need to leapfrog most of Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and all that. And you educate your people very well. But I'm looking at that we need to stop selling policies and we become risk advisors. I think I'll emphasize that for all the time I will be here. That you need to work with your customer, not only for insurance issues. You need also to know how well are they doing. We find that banks sometimes call us as customers and take us even through some financial enlightenment and education. When is it that we also call our customers and look for a resource, and you say, I am going to take our customer through some certain, let's say, succession, for instance, if it is SMEs, and other things that they can be able to benefit from us. Do we only go to them only for premiums? So they only see us, and every time you knock at your client's door, they only see they have come for the check. But they have never looked back and realized that, oh, my advisor has come. We have professionals, because in insurance, we also professionals in other areas. We have accountants who are here. When is the last time you actually walked with your client and said, I think you can improve on your books on this area, you can work on your, we have architects, we have doctors, we have many, many other professions within insurance. When is it that you rendered that service to your customer so that you entrench? So there are several issues for me that I would say that Rwanda needs to learn from us, and most of them is that we have made so many mistakes and you don't have to repeat them. One of them, and you are lucky, is there is no issue now of the whole issue of premium, the undercutting and price wars. Those will not take you anywhere. We have fought them in Kenya enough, and I think Uganda, Tanzania, they haven't taken us anywhere. They only bring disrespect to our industry, because when claims need to be paid, they are not paid. So I think you need to run away from that. And I think more importantly, perhaps this is my last point on that area, that you need perhaps, and I wish the regulator was here, I think it is high time brokers are out to innovate on the area of coming up with products. We only wait to sell products that are being given to us by underwriters. And we are the people who are on the ground with the clients. If we develop information that can be able then to become a product, then we should be able to own those products, whichever arrangement that can be done. But we wait, they sit at the boardrooms, they prepare whatever and come up with whatever products they come with, we go and sell. Sometimes they don't resonate with the clients that we deal with. Thank you.
What is this? I can't imagine that, yes, we have what we can borrow from Kenya or other markets. But one interesting thing that I've got from your discussion, Anthony, is that at the moment, we need to look at our government, our regulation and all that, to make sure that at least we strengthen the roadmap that we have taken, instead of copying the undercutting and all that from other markets. Members in the room, I think it gives us also another hope that where Rwanda is moving to is the right place. And so we need to move with speed, and we also need to move with focus. When I look at this panel, I feel excited because they are giving us diverse experience from different markets and from different backgrounds. Anthony, if you don't mind, I would give a follow-up question. Because when you talk about selling policy, not selling confidence, and also not following a client, if there was one thing that you would love all these people in the room to change, what would it be?
Oh, yeah, thank you. I think that one thing that I would ask us to do is we become, empathy with our customer. That we are not only getting our commission from our client when we sell. I have seen in Nairobi many people who would even take a client to an underwriter who they know very well most likely has financial issues, just because perhaps he's giving you a slightly better commission. And I think that is a very bad thing to a customer, because remember, you are holding their lives and their investments. Therefore, so one of the things then I would say is that, can we do our business with empathy? Can we do our business with integrity? Can we do our business beyond the commissions that we are getting? When you become a risk advisor, you put the interests of yourself aside, and you first of all look at that customer, and you say, what is the best interest of my client? And then now you advise him perhaps where to take insurance. So I think we need to change our mind to have a paradigm in the way we have been treating our customers. We don't see them as just as a source of business, but we look at them as our partners. I think for brokers, we have been asking and crying for underwriters, can we become partners? And I think we have seen with MUA what they have really done with RIBA in terms of really partnership, including even working with them even to come to Kigali. That is the kind of partnership we also need to see us going to our customers with. That we also, I mean, how many of us here perhaps invited our customers to this conference and say, there is a very good conference that will be speaking about innovation and all that. I'll pay for you, or can you come, whatever the case may be. We may not pay for all of them. So I think we need to be partners with our customers and involve them to the issues that we also think that are helpful to their lives.
Thank you so much, Anthony. Sometimes I'm speechless, because we brokers, we are supposed to be advisors. We are supposed to have empathy to our clients. We are supposed to be genuine, trustworthy. But we are also looking upon the commission. We work with the commission, and we don't return back until the renewals come back. So anyway, this is a moment to learn. It's a moment to reflect. It's a moment to also learn from each other. Coming back to you, Sylvia. Sylvia, you have been designing insurance, education, curriculum. And if there was anything that you would ensure that the graduates are equipped with, not only technical knowledge, but with ethical judgment, innovation mindset, and skills, communication skills, and customer focus, skills that need to transform the industry, what would it be? How would you do it?
Thank you, Jackie. I was seated here, and just to follow up on what Anthony said, his cry out is, we need to have empathy, we need to have integrity, we need to have trust. These things are not taught in the classroom. They are caught. It's a character that is caught along the way. So the transformation for us from the education point is now to develop a more holistic. As I said, the education has been focusing on the competence. Are you able to, if you look at what we teach, underwriting, risk management, marketing, Anthony is saying fire, motor, that's what we've been focusing on in the education. Now there has to be a shift in the training, in the way we are doing things. How are we going to model or mold this person with all these technical skills, and then mold this person to be a person of empathy, a person who is trustworthy, a person who is, has integrity. So, and just allow me use Uganda as an example back home. From the point of the training college, we have seen a new wave of young CEOs, a new wave of young managers coming up. And they are very innovative. I don't know why I'm not saying we are very innovative. I think I'm not part of the new wave, I don't know. Okay, let me say among them, we are very innovative. we feel very empowered. I think most of you can relate. And we are saying we are putting the sector or our clients into the hands of these young managers, these young CEOs. So what we are doing at the college, we are saying, okay, the technical is there, but let us now see how we can do the leadership development. And we believe that the empathy, we need to put in place tools. So we've put in place a leadership and mentorship academy, where we are doing a lot of mentorship, we are doing a lot of coaching, and we also are looking at doing projects from the human-centered training angle. Like what is out there in the clients, and then how do we work backwards to tailor products. We have an innovation hub where we say, okay, the research that we are doing to develop products, this is a space where we are first looking at the human, the client, and then developing, understand where the challenges are, then we go and develop the product. So we're calling it human-centered design research. But there's a lot of mentorship, and I'm privileged to say that Rita and Nicholas are one of our mentors, because we identified people who are senior in the industry, and not to allow the young leaders that are coming on to just go in and then, increase the gap of trust. We are saying, let us see how we can handhold them, mentor them, coach them, and direct them. And that's what we're calling leadership development. So a kind of education system that gives a 50-50. 50% competence, but 50% leadership development. And we are hoping that what the panelists, my colleagues, are saying, the issues of empathy, the issue of trust, integrity will be built along that journey. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you so much, Sylvia, for that discussion. Unfortunately, we are time constrained, but I will just request Cleophas. You have presence in many African markets. What lessons can Rwanda draw from technology platforms to improve digital innovation so that they can improve their service delivery, reduce fraud, strengthen collaboration among stakeholders, and also increase confidence in the insurance sector?
Yeah, thank you very much, Jackie. Rwanda is one of the countries everyone is admiring. If you agree with me, you can just clap. Myself, I'm one of the guys who have been in Rwanda. I've been in Rwanda for approximately 15 years, and I feel like I'm Rwandan. Navaye Munyarwanda. Yes. So I can say our country in Rwanda, we are really very serious in terms of doing things. If you look at the kind of direction they are heading, it is the best. One, there is what we call, the government gave a directive of digital economy. I have never seen a 5,000 note. I was shocked to see one recently, because I've never touched money. I always pay my bills using my phone. Number two, the government has given a directive starting the 1st of this month that all hospitals, health facilities, all insurances, and all stakeholders that are there within the Ministry of Health, that everything will be done paperless in a hospital. I think we've seen this done at, for example, King Faisal, where you don't need any paper. Just go there, they treat you, you walk, nothing is carried. And that is a good lesson. But anyway, no one can do everything alone. So I can give you, because as mentioned before, we are in 13 countries in Africa. And let me use an example, our headquarters, that is Nairobi, Kenya. Kenya has deployed what we call electronic data interchange solution to the insurances. What does it mean? That the claim is done at the hospital, it automatically sent instantly, real time, to the insurer, and the insurer is able to verify, adjudicate, and if they want, they can pay the claim that time. I had someone say 5 days. It can be done within seconds. Secondly, we have another solution called the straight-through processing. This is a process that when the claim comes, you've set some certain criteria or instructions. The system automatically adjudicates the claim within those specific measures that you put and is able to pay. For instance, what is needed to be vetted if I went to King Faisal to see a specialist, and the amount of money is 10,000 francs. The system is supposed to automatically pay that claim because it's 10,000 francs. It will not change. Thirdly, there is what we call, nowadays everything is about data. I remember I quote someone who was asked, what can you not live without? I think you know him. And that prominent person said, I can't live without information. So when you get data, you are informed. It helps you to make informed decisions. So when you receive those claims, you are able to use, nowadays, life is going to another way. We are using AI. I think most of us, you use the Claude AI, Chat, GPT. We are familiar to this. So there is an AI for the medical direction, where it's able to flag and know which one has which particular claims, such as errors, as issues, as everything that is not supposed to be there, and is supposed to flag, and everything can be able to be redirected back to the hospital for them to be able to know why the claim has been rejected and the reasons to why it has been rejected. So with all this being done, I think it will create the public trust. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think we need to come for lessons so that we can borrow from what smart applications is doing. One thing that I've learned from just what you've just said is information is key. And once you have information, you have it all. And that's what we need in the room. If we don't have what our clients want, we can never respond correctly or align with with their expectations. My last question, Nicholas, as insurers are responding to emerging risks, such as climate change, cyber risks, digital transformation, what steps should the industry take to remain relevant, resilient, and trusted by the customers?
Okay, thank you, Jackie. Since we are approaching time, I'll focus more on lunchtime. I'll focus more on the climate change question. I think my colleague from SMART will address the cyber security. So the climate change is real. It's something that affects all of us beyond just like what we do. For instance, Uganda has taken a good direction. The regulator is very intentional on it. It is a reporting area for all insurers. So it's something that already dictates the tone from the top. We need a healthy planet for a prosperous tomorrow. So we need to be conscious of that. In Uganda, we are very particular about food. And we don't normally joke on that subject. Famously, our president was making a speech to the UN and spent the entire speech complaining about how bad the food is in Europe. And he carries his own food. So that's how serious it is. So for us to be able to enjoy that, we need to take care of the planet. That has to be reflected not only in what we insure, but how we, for instance, price our products. If someone is irresponsibly processing plastic, the system can be tilted against them just in the interest of not supporting the business. But if someone is doing it responsibly, then maybe a waiver can be given. That is very important because the insurance system or the financial sector is interlinked. So in Uganda, probably over 90% of the time we eat organic food. And that brings up very healthy children. What happens if they become unhealthy, they get rich man diseases? Then they start spending the money, buying wrong insurance policies, making medical insurance premiums so high, and reducing that affordability. It means they can't buy life insurance, so they can't buy cars to insure them. So we need to be aware of that web of consequences. And this is not something, for instance, for MUA to do alone. It's the entire fraternity. We have to join our efforts together to understand the ecosystem. In Uganda, everyone is a farmer, everywhere. It doesn't matter whether you're staying uptown or in the village, because God has been gracious, but we need to do something because the population is growing to ensure that we can continue with that. I believe many countries don't have that privilege. Food is grown in a certain season and preserved. We have this saying in Kampala, we don't eat dry beans because they are harvested that morning, cooked, and the following morning we shall harvest, 365 days a year. So we are proud of that, and I think for us to be able to continue doing that, we need to be conscious of how we treat the environment. A lot of these changes in the climate are caused by what we do wrong, and what you do wrong on your small, within your small environment can affect a neighbor. So that's what I could say for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicholas. I can see someone policing around. You will allow me not to summarize right now, but I will give him time. Probably we can get a few questions from the audience, if you allow.
Yes, if we have a burning question, this will be the moment for you to shoot. Otherwise, Jackie will be summarizing the beautiful panel that we've just heard. Anyone with a question? Okay, I see 2 questions already. Could we hand over the mic to a gentleman at the front, and we have another one over there at the back. Thank you.
Thank you, the panelists. Mine is a quick one. I understand we don't have a lot of time. It's for Cleophas. You're emphasizing digital, but we all know in this era there's a lot of cyber problems. Have you put something in place that would help or that will protect people who buy your services? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I was almost answering the question because you had security was sent to me by Ruta Kome. So thank you for the question. I'll quickly say cybersecurity has been the biggest major issue actually in this world. And most of the companies, they have invested heavily, especially let me speak about us, on softwares that as antiviruses and softwares that are able to deter this particular cybersecurity happening. The good thing, like for instance, like us, where we don't work from, like any other country where we are not, you cannot be able to access or try to penetrate our systems from another country. We have done what we call blacklisting of IPs, IP addresses. I'm too technical on there, but which you cannot be able to access. And most of the people who do this, they come from outside, especially from Russia, Ukraine, or those countries, America, and they cannot be able to, even the first thing, like we have already put the gate, like you cannot be able to try to reach us because it's already blocked. And number 2, we do monthly cybersecurity awareness. It's a must, and we have policies that are signed and agreed, because security starts with you as a person. If you leave your laptop open, someone can be able to steal data quickly. But if you always lock your laptop, someone cannot be able to access. We prefer using 2-factor authentication for you to be able to access something. Even if you log into a portal, it has to send you a password on your phone or your email for you to be able to continue. So I would like to answer that way. Maybe, I hope I answered you.
We had a question at the back over there. Yes, you have a microphone? Okay, let's hand over the microphone. It was the same question. Ah, beautiful, we love that. Anybody else with a burning one? We have one over here.
Thank you so much. Mine is really to sort of speaking to Lady Sylvia's question. She asked, whose role is it to train our people? I think I speak on behalf of every talent manager in the house, but also every leader in the house. As employers, we have a role to bridge the gap between academia and employability. We see a lot of times fresh people coming into our spaces. So many times these are very intelligent kids coming in from university, straight A students, and we assume that they know it all. The difference has hit us and hit us so hard. So I implore everyone in the room who has an opportunity to sit in discussions to do with budgeting and allocation of funds when it comes to L&D, or learning and development. Please do not make a mistake to think that because Evelyn came in as a straight A student, she knows it all. There is a lot when it comes to resilience, adaptability, interpersonal skills. We suffer so much when we employ people because they are acing their KPIs and we make them managers to manage teams. We have not equipped them at all when it comes to leadership and how to deal with feedback, how to delegate, how to performance manage, conflict resolution. The list goes on and on. And these are the things that erode trust. Because before you know it, you have a beautiful office, you've done technology, you've brought in nice laptops, people are equipped, but they are not equipped for the leadership roles or the environment that we are sending them out to serve. They cannot even sustain a discussion with an angry client because we assume, they are smart. I implore every leader in this space, please listen to your HR people if you have them. We are so glad to have ITC in Uganda, but as someone who has worked with MUA also for a long time, I am blessed to have an employer who actually invests in their people. It is not about the branding and the blue shirts and the beautiful girls. There is actually work getting done in there to ensure that our people can serve you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will not comment on the woo I've just heard, but I will give it back to you, Jacqueline.
Thank you so much. 3 things that I've got from this discussion. Thank you, panelists, for your insightful discussion. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen in the room, for listening to us. I'm going to summarize this in 3 sentences. For us to earn the trust, empower and transform, we need the collaboration between all the players in the room, starting with academia, through insurance practitioners, technology, brokers, advisors, and insurers. So let's stand together to serve our clients. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Could you please stand so we can take a photo and remember such a beautiful moment? Let me ask the protocol team to also bring the token of appreciations of our panelists as well as our moderator. And I'll be asking if Derek is here. Yes. Oh, Mendes is here. Mendes, you could join us. Thank you very much. So we can hand over this token of appreciation. As Mendes is coming, could we look into the camera and take a photo? The gentleman over there is taking it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Mendes, you could help on handing over the token of appreciations, and then we'll take the photo after everyone has their token so that we use the time well. Could we present them all, and then we take a photo at once? Thank you. All right. In the meantime, I'm told, Pamela, you have an announcement and a few information that you wanted to talk to us about, sir, in terms of some upcoming interventions, and we are looking forward to hear from you. So I'll give you a few minutes on that, and then we'll be going on into more partner moments. Thank you. This is a token of appreciation for you and the contribution you have made here today. Could we now take a photo? We'll look at the camera. Let's go in the center. All right. Which one is the main camera so that we all look into the same camera? Okay, beautiful. There it is. Thank you very much. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to try and use the remaining time with the next few items on the agenda. It won't take more, and I think we need to also hear from other speakers, especially partners that have sponsored this beautiful moment. But before we do that, allow me to welcome Pamela. She has a few information that she wants to give us from the association, and I think it's good that we get to hear it. The floor is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll be brief, as usual. In the land of 1,000 hills and 1,000 smiles, and more millions and beautiful brains. Someone talked about beautiful girls, coupled with beautiful brains and solutions. We want to continue this conversation on inclusive insurance. So I'll take these few minutes to not only invite you in this inclusive international conference on inclusive insurance happening this October 19th to 23rd this year. International audience, I thought you were going to clap because we are giving you an opportunity to come back. Yes, we are hosting this together with the Ministry of Finance and Planning, Minecofin, Central Bank, and ourselves, of course, Association des Assureurs du Rwanda, RIBA, and Access to Finance together with Munich Re and Munich Foundation. It's happening, and we are continuing this conversation with more than 1,000 delegates and experts. So not only save the date, but also we are giving you the link with you back home to register. My call is that you also sponsor us. We have a very beautiful package for you to take it home, and we hope we will see you back with your whole team together back in Rwanda in less than a month and a half, if I'm not mistaken. If there is any other questions, I will be around. I will take your burning question. I don't think Arthur is going to allow me to answer some of them now, but I will take your answer. We have same answer package together with Mendes, and then we can talk it through. In the same spirit, we were lucky and blessed to have FANAF. FANAF is a Francophone assembly so in full, it's a Fédération des Sociétés d'Assurance des Droits Nationaux Africaines. It's for Francophone, but yes, even English speakers are welcome. We'll be translating. They have no problem. So it's happening February 15th. Feel free to register. We will give you more information as we are part of the preparation. So many things are coming up, and we will be loved. We're thrilled to have you again. Thank you very much. That is for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Pamela. And thank you for really telling our brothers and sisters that are already planning to stay. Now they have a reason. Now they have a good reason to do that. You can just decide to, stay around and call it, how can, concrete collaborations. Not a staycation, but we are cementing the collaborations as we wait for more opportunities in October. Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome a representative from Africa Specialty Risks, taking us into the moment. And then if it's a video, we can play it. If we have the representative here, they can join. Later on, we'll be acknowledging them being part of this. This is such a diverse portfolio, I can tell you, and you've seen the growth of it. The whole journey is there. Let me ask a representative from Africa Specialty Risks to join us, and I'll be asking Dr. Ben to help us award a token of appreciation. Thank you. Thank you very much. And up next is a video from RBS. Let's watch it. Allow me to welcome Derek on stage that is going to be giving a token of appreciation to a representative from RBS. All right, we have the whole team here. Beautiful. Come on, it's okay. You can come and collect the token of appreciation together. Thank you very much. Mr. Kennedy Abuya, I would love you to get ready in a few. I'll be calling you to present the resolutions and what we've been discussing today. But to give you time to connect all you have to connect, allow me to quickly jump onto our gold sponsor moment, Eden Care. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Eden Care that is going to be taking us through this moment. May I ask a representative from Eden Care to join us here today? And Derek, you've done such an amazing job. I think you can kill it again with handing over this token of appreciation. Thank you. I would love to mention also Eden Care is bringing you the blood donation in partnership with RBC. So we could give them a round of applause on that. And if you haven't donated your blood, this will be the best moment to do it before you close Friday. Beautiful. Allow me now to go into Mayfair Insurance Rwanda. This is your moment. I like this. Trust is not promised, it is earned. May we have a representative from Mayfair join us, and Derek is ready to shake your hand. Thank you very much. There we go. All right, beautiful. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are coming to almost the end of our day. And I'm going to introduce Mr. Kennedy. He's going to be taking us through the resolutions and summarizing what was discussed for the last couple of days. And then I'll be calling up Dr. Ben to give us a vote of thanks. So allow me to welcome Kennedy. Kennedy has been taking notes and making sure that everything we talk about is written and documented. And he's going to be presenting the resolutions. If you feel like he missed something, definitely we'll give you a chance to talk about that. But a round of applause to Mr. Kennedy Abuya. Abuya, the floor is all yours.
Thank you so much. I know I'm standing at a very difficult time. They say when the stomach begins complaining, the mind adjourns the meeting. So I request you please hold the mind not to adjourn the meeting, because I know what the stomach is really complaining about. Let me stand on the existing protocols just to ensure that I don't also eat much of your time. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the resolutions of our deliberation that you have had. And these are just summary. We have a comprehensive report that will be coming out in the next 1 or 2 days to the leadership of RIBA. I'll request the technical team to go directly to the slide 1. Please run the slide. All right, thank you. So this year, we have a total of 6 resolutions. So the first one is building trust through better insurance service. And of course, the theme, trust, empower, and then transform. So first, to give customers clear explanation of cover, exclusions, and decisions. From the opening remarks and keynote speeches, you heard Mendy saying that don't hide those crucial terms on the last pages so that you wait until the battery is 7.5% before it dies. Yeah, so we captured that. And then, of course, making the claims experience faster, fairer, and easy to follow. And of course, another one is ensuring that you consumer interests at the very center of your sales and advisory services. And of course, today, I think from my colleague counsel, by the way, I'm a lawyer by profession and practicing, so I have to recognize Anthony Mwangi and any other lawyer in the house. Yeah, so he talked about do not only sell a policy, but go beyond and sell confidence to the client. The other one is self-explanatory. Let's go to the next. Then empowering customers and expanding inclusion. So then here, design insurance around how people actually earn, spend, and manage risk. Yesterday, there was a very question directed to the regulator about pay and pick, so that if there would be that flexibility to even provide ways in which premium can be paid in installment and so forth. So we summarized that element, and I think there was a response from the regulator. You'll find that in the report. Then build insurance literacy so customers can make informed choices. Again, yesterday we were told about informed consent. So it's not about just selling the policy. It's not about just doing the transaction, but let the customer own the process as well. This one here, reaching the outside conventional distribution, has appeared several times in the past of conferences. And then the issue of affordability, flexibility, and protection, including micro insurance, has also come out. This has also has been repeated for the last 2 years. Next. Yes, digital innovation into customer value. For the last 2 years, I've had privilege, I think for the last 4 or 5 years, to be undertaking the same rapporteur. But we were talking about digital uptake. This year, it has really come out very clearly that beyond digital uptake, there should be that transformation to ensure that it is serving the customer value. So one panelist talked about directives from the government, where today we have paperless hospital record keeping. So even in the insurance practices, there's that element that we have captured from the presentations that you make, it digital rather than paper dependent. Again, today there was a question on the floor concerning the risks that come along with this digitalization, AI, data analytics, machine learning. So again, when we went through one of the presentations, and even response from Smart Africa mentioned that there's that deliberate investment in cyber security measures, data protection, privacy, and so forth. And the rest, mobile digital channels, we have been given examples how they are doing it. Number 4 is building more intelligent and resilient market. If you look at that number 1, there was that element of Rwanda being insured outside the market. So then the regulator said that there was no much capacity. I think they got consent around 2018, but they are going to relook if the market has the capacity. But interestingly, today, Africa Re say that they have the capacity. So what is lacking is just pulling capacity together, and of course, sharing data and encouraging responsible sharing of market information. Why do we capture that? Is because if Africa Re probably had not come to this conference, maybe the insurers would have not known that existence of capacity. So I think it is always, not really think, but I relied on that to make sure that we capture that. There's that need to regularly share data. Next. Yeah, the second last, we are talking about turning the national insurance strategy into results. Yeah, we have deliberately made this resolution because our national insurance strategy is a new kid, just not yet even 1 year, I believe so. So therefore, the regulator was very, very much categorical and said that there are a lot of goodies within that strategy. So how is it going to apply to you, the insurers, practitioners, brokers, and so forth? So make implementation of national insurance strategy a shared industry priority. So I think that will be led by the relevant, from the regulator, other government institutions, and you. ASAR is there, and so forth. Translate strategic objective into practical programs, targets, and timelines. Yes, a strategy is more of a national policy, and therefore you break it down to the level of institutional plans and, of course, investments aligned to it. And then, of course, this cannot be completed without that coordination. And this has been also a song for the last couple of years, but good enough, the results are here. Like this year, sincerely, the attendance is very, very good. Let's go to the last. Now, repositioning the broker for the future, yes. So these are some of the takeaways. And the first one came out even today, that the brokerage business should not be transactional, but it should be also add value as a trusted risk advisor. Support clients throughout the insurance life cycle, especially at the claims stage. They say that insurance is the business of selling a peace of mind until a claim arises. Sorry for another day. So then now we go to track trust. This also, it was mentioned that beyond just selling the policy, how do you track the performance? There was an example where you can conduct exit interviews. You can even follow up how they invest those particular, covers that you have already restituted and so forth. Then promote continuous professional development and ethical practice. This is one, to develop capacity and also strengthen leadership, as well as to prepare the next generation of insurance practitioners. The next slide, which I believe says, trust is the glue that binds partnership. Ladies and gentlemen, I was not presenting, I was just highlighting what you discussed. So if I've left any out, please, I'm willing to note it down. I still have some ink in my pen here reserved for that. And if none, you know how we do it. But the delegate from Uganda, I miss Uncle Solo. So once you go back, please just say hi, because he normally helps me at this point. So I need at least 2 people to second the resolution, and then we'll put them into the report and give you a very comprehensive coverage of what has been deliberated. Could we have somebody good enough like Uncle Solo to second, if those are the... Thank you. We have one. Second one. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for your patience, and I wish you a good stay for the remainder of the hours, days, weeks, and for the years, because Asaz says you should not go back. There's something again coming up. Arthur, I leave the floor to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. These are conference resolutions. Please do not treat them like your New Year's resolutions. These ones have to be made, and we have to achieve them. So I think later on, we'll definitely get access to this document, and I know some of us might use them in our strategic planning going forward, since they have some insights that we've just discussed here. And thank you really for the time you've given us today. I think we've had a wonderful session from morning up until now, and I would love to take this moment to really welcome our Vice President at RIBA, Dr. Ben Karenzi, to deliver the vote of thanks. Thank you.
Can somebody put it out there? No, I see myself, just the vote of thanks. I used to be very handsome, so don't mind. All right. All right. Mine is a simple job, really. To just say thank you to everyone here present for your time, for your resources, for your active engagement. Just give a round of applause to yourselves. Next. Next. How come this one is not working? We want to acknowledge the demonstrated solidarity from the region and beyond. Please give a round of applause to our presidents from the East African community members and their delegates. People that have come all the way from London to Cape Town to Abidjan, to give them a round of applause. Next. Yes. You know, the land people like Anthony and our rapporteur. By the way, rapporteur, thank you. Give a round of applause to our rapporteur. I think he's done a wonderful job year on year, and he's a land friend to Anthony. I'm not as a lander, but they tell me that when words are repeated, our bronze sponsors, BK General Insurance, JB Boda, Waikari, and Prime General. Our copper sponsors, Sanlam Allianz, Prime Life, Sky Re, SCG Re, SCA Inter,
Sonarwa General, Sonarwa Life, Ganari, ITC, and KMD. Thank you so much. That meant that whatever good you've seen, you've got a part of this. You've been part of it. Thank you so much. We want to appreciate our regulator. Email, your presence here all through your presentation, your engagement, your availability talks volumes. A round of applause to our regulator. Next. Our speakers, a big thank you to all of you, our keynote speaker, our topical speakers, our panelists, and moderators. Thank you all. A big round of applause. All the beauty, all the quality, all the detail, all the empathy we've seen from our beautiful daughters around us. It's our conference planner. We want to appreciate Blend Limited, led by Rosine. Give them a round of applause. I can only say, keep it up. Next. Our MC, Arthur. I'm sure the evenings, well, not just the evenings, even these working sessions, but especially the evenings. you have your magic, keep it up. A big round of applause to our MC, Arthur. You people, things don't just work out. There are people behind this. I want all of us to appreciate our President Mendes. To be honest with you, because I'm not a young man, but I love working alongside Mendes. I see the energy, the innovation, all these things. This is Mendes' work. So thank you for your leadership, Mendes. Thanks again to the organizing committee led by our convener, Derek. Let me say this, that RIBA annual conferences are here to stay. They are annual, and we will want to welcome you to next year, 2027 RIBA annual conference. Mark those dates, September 16th, 15th to 18th, 2027. We shall see you then. Thank you so much for all your participation. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. And indeed, everyone here has done an amazing job in pulling off such a beautiful conference. And I think, Derek, this is the moment I would love to give you because we've mentioned certain people and we have a couple of certificates that we have to hand over. So this is your moment. I would love you to really take it up and show us the Secretariat and any other acknowledgement and token of appreciation that is meant to be given. You can help me on that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Arthur. Thank you, everyone, for the patience. I am fully aware that at this particular moment, I stand between you and your lunch break. This may be the highest position anyone in insurance has been at risk today. Fortunately, I don't intend to keep my exposure for very long. I would like to take the moment to recognize our bronze and copper sponsors. These are people that have been with us. Most of them have been with us from the start, and they've consistently showed up. Not just physically, but in terms of committing resources. And I would like to invite our immediate past president, JP, to help us award our bronze sponsors. May you please grace us with your presence. I'll begin with BK General Insurance. I would like to invite your representative to please come to the stage and receive our token of appreciation. Thank you very much for showing up this year, both financially and in presence. As we go through the BKGI, I would like to invite the representatives from JB Border. Thank you very much, and we hope to keep this going
Oh, sorry, I just remembered the representatives from JB Border couldn't make it this time, had an emergency, but we will definitely deliver our appreciation to them. Would like to invite Waikari, representative, to grace us with their presence on the stage. Anyone from Waikari? Well, we'll deliver that to them. I would like to invite Prime General Insurance. I believe I've seen a number of representatives. Thank you very much. Mr. Damasen. Mr. Damasen is a very generous man. Very last minute, but very positive. We appreciate you very much, and we appreciate your generosity. Thank you. For the next category, I want to invite our colleague from Uganda, Rita, help us award our next category of sponsors. Thank you, JP. Thank you very much. Rita, whenever Rita is in Rwanda, she identifies as Rwandan. I don't know why she stays away from the Ugandans. I don't know if it's the nights at El Shaddai. Very shady name for a bar. I would like to invite the representatives from Prime Life Insurance. Thank you very much for your generosity and for supporting the brokers' conferences year in, year out. As we receive Prime, I want to invite Skyri. Skyri, our very interesting friends from Uganda. Thank you very much for showing up every year, both financially and physically. I would have loved to see Ronald as well. The most vibrant Ugandan I've seen. Man from Kisoro. I want to appreciate SCG Re. Jacques, I've seen you in the room. You're welcome, and thank you very much for your generosity. Thank you. As Jacques makes his way, I want to invite SCA Inter. Do we have a representative? Yes. Thank you very much. Jacques, send our regards to Regine. Very generous team that you have in Rwanda. SCA Inter, thank you guys. These are some of our biggest partners, personally as Olea. SCA Inter. As we conclude with SCA, I want to invite Sonargwa Life. I believe we have our CEO, Mr. Israel. Thank you very much. As he makes his way, I want to invite the representative from Sonargwa GI. Isai, sorry. My friend, lunch, I can smell the lunch a few meters away. So, Sonargwa GI, any representative from Sonargwa? Sonargwa GI, I'll ask Isai to take it as well, since your sister companies. I want to invite KMD Dastur. This is one of the brokers, our local brokers, that has consistently supported us. We appreciate you very much, and we hope your coffers never run dry. As we conclude with KMD, I want to invite ITC. You do not support us just with the technical knowledge that you impart into our teams, but also with your finances. Thank you very much, and thank you for gracing us with your presence in numbers. You've consistently showed up, and we appreciate that. I want to invite any representatives from Gunnery. Gunnery, straight up from the western part of Africa. We appreciate you for showing up. Do we have a representative? I do not think we have one, but we'll deliver the appreciation to them. Thank you. I want to invite Sanlam Alliance. Thank you for your generosity. I've seen representatives here, seen Vedast, seen Nelson, and our new colleague. Welcome to the industry, and for your information, this is how we run it. We hope you catch up real quick. You've had an interesting orientation. Thank you very much. I think we've just concluded with our sponsors, but without leaving out our very important members, all the brokers, the local brokers, regional brokers, international brokers that have chipped in to make the conference a success. Every single broker in the room has contributed towards this conference. I will not mention the amounts, but we've been very generous. I want to appreciate you and invite you to always keep this within your budgets. This is our event, and it would be a shame to have it financed just by the insurers, which is why this year we showed up and did an amazing job. A few remarks that we have, trust me, they are very brief. We would like to invite you to our partner conferences. We have TIBA coming up on the 23rd of September in the beautiful Zanzibar. If some of us don't take holidays, this is the time to actually have the perfect excuse to go to the beach. 23rd of September in Zanzibar. You're all invited. We are going to post the links, the registration links in the groups. Please show up and support our fellow East African members. We've got the Association of Insurance Brokers of Kenya. They're hosting us in beautiful Mombasa. I've never missed this one. It's an amazing place to be, and I can assure you, I look forward to the nights more than the days. Thank you very much. It's happening on the 4th of November in Mombasa. Please show up. ITC in Acholiland, Gulu, Afoya Matek. We will show up on October 21st. For those that don't understand the language, don't try it. Your tongues are not insured. With those remarks, I want to appreciate everyone that has showed up, everyone that has made contributions to the sessions, the speeches, the panelists, and those that have specialized in enjoymology. We have another amazing session this evening hosted by our beautiful people from MUA. I can assure you, you do not want to miss that. If I were you, if I'm not playing, I would take a nap because it's going to be a long night. But don't take naps. Come up to the games and support your teams. On behalf of the organizers, the organizing committee, we appreciate you very much. Enjoy your lunch. And unlike most of your claims departments, I can assure you we settle on time. Thank you very much, and please show up to the volleyball game. Thank you.
Before you leave the stage, Derek, I would love to give you one last assignment with the committee that has done such a wonderful job. We have certificates for them to give. In Rwanda, we have na photo na chabai. Ariko, when you add the certificate, you have more proof. May I have the protocol team get it closer as Derek introduces the secretariat? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I am not going to say it in any order. I'll just call them ahead. I would like to start with our VP, Dr. Ben. Thank you very much. I'll invite Elinipa to help us. Thank you very much. These people have put in a lot of effort to make this happen. This is a team that has spent countless hours planning, replanning, readjusting. We appreciate them so much. Thank you. I would like to invite JP. Thank you very much. You've been an integral part of the planning process. Thank you. As we conclude with JP, I would like to invite our money man, Mr. Ale. I believe you've seen Ale's emails following up payments, asking you to pay. Thank you, Ale. We've trusted you with our coffers, and no audit has so far flagged anything. Thank you. I would like to invite Dieudonné. Dieudonné, thank you very much for your consistent assistance throughout the process. I would like to also invite Valence. Valence has been coordinating the broker's side, pushing us to register, even if some of us waited until one day to the conference to register, but it happens in any society. Thank you. I would like to invite our president, Mendes. I can assure you the team at Blend knows exactly how to handle Mendes. Very particular about certain things, and I appreciate Blend for being able to keep up. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And since you're there, Derek, allow me to appreciate you too for convening such a beautiful conference and giving us an amazing experience. Thank you very much for all the hard work that was put in by the Secretariat. It has indeed been a wonderful time. Thank you. We can take a photo and remember such a good moment. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it for the day, and I think it went well, didn't it? Yeah, it did. It did. Give yourself a round of applause. Hey, you've survived the day. Last night didn't do anything to you. Please, please, please remember, now I'm giving you a time for you before you even go for lunch. Come on, check out the blood donation and do something for the next person. You never know. It might be you, by the way. You might need it yourself, and you save it. So this is another form of insurance that if you ever need blood, you will get it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful time, lunchtime. We'll have a game between the brokers and the insurers and reinsurers. This is a moment, if you have beef with anyone, use that ball to say the message and send it as much as you can. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful time. And let me see if I forgot a small announcement.
We are having the game at Heza Beach. If you're not able to play, come and support. We'll also have the bar. You can buy yourself drinks. It's going to be at Heza Beach. It's I think it's like 2 kilometers from here. It's right by the shores. Thank you very much. And we are providing the kits. You can have your t-shirt inside, but we'll provide you the kit to separate brokers and insurers. Thank you.
All right. If you're playing volleyball, please mind what you have for lunch. Yeah, otherwise, you know what I'm saying. Have a wonderful time and see you later on in the evening as MUA hosts you in a beautiful summer vibe. Enjoy.